What if I told you that most millionaires aren't smarter than you? They didn't get a lucky break. They didn't inherit a fortune. They didn't stumble into the right stock at the right time. What they did was build a handful of specific habits, and then they repeated those habits every single month for years. That's it. And here's the thing that should actually scare you a little. These habits aren't secrets. They're not complicated, and every single one of them is something you can start copying today. I've broken down the research, studied the data, and today I'm giving you all 10 financial habits that millionaires have in common, and you can copy them as well. And make sure to stick around until the end, because each of these habits can build you wealth in different ways. And when stacked together, will accelerate your journey to building your rich life. If you're new here, welcome back. I'm StickmenMoney, your former Wall Street professional and self-made multimillionaire, and this channel is all about breaking down real wealth using the cash framework, compounding, assets, savings, and high income strategies. I post personal finance videos weekly to help you build your rich life, so hit the subscribe button and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Now let's get into the 10 habits. Millionaire habit number 1 is that they pay themselves first, without exception. Here's the first thing you need to understand about how millionaires save money. They don't save what's left after spending. They save first, and then they live on what's left. There's a big difference, and it's the difference between building wealth and wondering where your money went every month. Research from Fidelity shows you that when you dig into how most millionaires actually build their wealth, the number one answer isn't a hot stock tip or a lucky business break. It's consistent saving over time. The mechanism is simple. Automate your savings to hit your investments the same day your paychecks hit. Your 401k, your Roth IRA, your brokerage account. Set it, automate it, and then it's done. The money's gone before your brain even gets involved. Start at 5% if you can't do more, then increase it 1% every 6 months, or adjust less or more depending on your personal situation. The amount matters less than just starting today. That's it. That's the first habit, and if it sounds boring, good, because boring is how you build wealth. Millionaire habit number 2 is that they live below their means, even after getting rich. I want you to picture the millionaire next door. Not a yacht, not a penthouse, not a Ferrari. A regular neighborhood, a sensible car, a home that's nice, but not a flex. Thomas Stanley spent decades studying how real American millionaires actually live. And what he found was that the majority don't look anything like what you see on Instagram. They drive modest cars. They buy quality, not status. And they never let their lifestyles outrun their income. Lifestyle inflation is one of the most effective wealth destroyers on the planet. Every time your income goes up and your spendings immediately follow, you've just neutralized your raise. Every raise is a wealth building opportunity or a spending opportunity. You choose. So the habit is that every time your income goes up, commit to saving or investing at least half the income before your lifestyle has a chance to catch up. In other words, if you got a $2,000 raise, save an extra $1,000 before you even consider spending the other $1,000 that's remaining. Millionaire habit number 3 is that they track their net worth, not income. Most people measure financial success by how much they make. Millionaires measure it by how much they keep. These are two very different numbers, and if you're focusing on the wrong one, you're running a race in the wrong direction. A $200,000 salary with $300,000 in debt and no investments is financial quicksand. A $75,000 salary with a growing portfolio and minimal debt is freedom in motion. Net worth is the only scoreboard that actually matters. So here's what I want you to do, and I mean today, not next week. Calculate your net worth. List every asset, list every liability, subtract one from the other. Then watch that number grow every single month. And if that trend is going in the wrong direction, you now have the data to tell you what you got to do to get back on track. Millionaire habit number 4 is that they invest early, often, and consistently. This habit isn't complicated, but the math is so powerful that I needed to show you. Person A starts investing $500 a month at age 25, earns an average of 8% annual return. By age 65, they've got roughly $1.75 million. Person B, though, waits until age 35 to start the exact same habit, same $500, same 8%, but by age 65, they end up with around $745,000. Same contributions, same return, 1 decade of difference. That's $1 million gap created by doing nothing differently except starting later. So start today, because the best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is right now. So go and open a tax advantage account. If your employer offers a 401k and you're not maxing it, you are leaving free money on the table. Full stop. Start there. Then build outwards to your Roth IRA, health savings account, HSA, and other taxable investment accounts. Millionaire habit number 5 is that they build multiple income streams. IRS data on millionaires is pretty consistent on this point. Most of them don't have one income stream. They have several. One could have a primary job or business, then topped up with dividend and investment income, rental income, sometimes royalties or licensing on top of that. Most millionaires have 3 or more income streams. And I want to be clear, this isn't about running yourself into the ground with 3 side hustles. It's about strategically layering income so your financial life is never dependent on a single source. Because when one stream slows, and eventually one will, especially when working a W-2 job for an employer, the other keeps flowing and keeps you afloat. So the question isn't whether you should build a second income stream. The question is, which one makes the most sense for where you are right now? A dividend portfolio, a rental property, freelance consulting, an online channel or brand? Pick one. Build it deliberately, then layer it from there. For me, I have 3 rental properties and investment income. I am currently working on building this channel as well, so I'd greatly appreciate if you could subscribe and like this channel. Thank you. Millionaire habit number 6 is that they are relentlessly consistent, not occasionally brilliant. I want to stop here for a second because this might be the most underrated habit on the list. Millionaires don't build wealth by being smarter than everybody else in the market. They build wealth by showing up every single month, in bull markets and bear markets, when investing feels exciting and when it feels completely pointless. Think about March 2020, during COVID. Markets collapsed. Every financial headline was screaming that the sky was falling. Investors who kept buying through the crash saw extraordinary returns within the next 12 months. The ones who paused or panic sold locked in their losses and missed the entire recovery. Consistency isn't glamorous. It doesn't get shared on social media, but it's what actually builds wealth. Set a monthly investment amount. Whether the market goes up, down, or sideways is irrelevant. Quick pause. If you're finding this valuable, do me a quick favor and subscribe and like this video. It costs you nothing, but it genuinely helps more people find this content. To give you something in return, I built a personal finance tracker for all my viewers, and I provide that for free at www.stickmenmoney.com. Just go there and sign up for the newsletter, and the tracker will get sent directly to your inbox. I provided a link to it in the description below. Thank you, and let's get back into it. Millionaire habit number 7 is that they understand taxes and use them strategically. The wealthy don't just earn more than everybody else, they keep more because they understand how the tax code works and they use it to their advantage. Maxing out 401ks and IRAs, tax loss harvesting in their brokerage accounts, structuring business income efficiently, and using depreciation on real estate assets. These are all completely legal strategies that dramatically reduce the tax burden on your wealth. For high-income earners especially, the difference between being tax-aware and tax-ignorant can easily be tens of thousands of dollars per year. That's money that either builds your wealth or disappears to the IRS. So the habit is to work with chartered professional accountant, CPAs, who specialize in wealth building, not just tax filing. Know your marginal tax rate versus effective tax rate. Max every tax advantage account available to you before a single dollar goes into a taxable brokerage. Trust me, you will see a massive difference in your take-home pay by optimizing your tax strategy. Millionaire habit number 8 is that they protect their wealth as hard as they build it. Building wealth and protecting wealth are 2 different skills, and most people are only practicing one of them. You know what the number 1 cause of financial ruin for middle-class families is? It's not a bad stock pick. It's not a market crash. It's a catastrophic, uninsured life event. Like a medical emergency, a lawsuit, a disability that takes you out of the workforce. One event, without the right protections in place, can wipe out years of wealth accumulation. The millionaire habit you can copy is to audit your insurance annually. Make sure you have a 3 to 6 month emergency fund sitting in a high yield savings account, untouched, non-negotiable. And if you have meaningful assets, get a conversation started with an estate attorney. A basic trust and beneficiary structure can protect everything you've built. Millionaire habit number 9 is that they invest in their earning powers first. Before any stock pick, before any real estate deal, the highest returning investment most millionaires ever made was in themselves. Advanced education, specialized certification, high-level skills, strategic networking, These things compound over a career in ways that no index funds can match in the short term. In other words, human capital is your greatest early career asset. Think about it this way. A $5,000 investment in a specialized skill that earns you a $20,000 salary increase pays off infinitely better than putting the same $5,000 in the market, especially in your 20s and 30s. Your human capital is your biggest asset. The stock market can't touch a skill that the market desperately needs. The habit for you to implement in your own life is to identify the one certification, skill, or credential that would have the highest income impact in your field. Pursue it this year. Treat it like an investment because that's exactly what it is. And lastly, millionaire habit number 10 is that they think longer term when everything else is reacting. The single most defining characteristic of people who build generational wealth is their time horizon. While most people are reacting to market headlines, doom scrolling financial news, and making emotional decisions based on what's happening last Tuesday, millionaires are quietly executing 10 and 20-year plans. Patience is a financial superpower, and it's completely free. This long-term thinking shows up everywhere. In the stocks they hold through volatility without flinching. In the real estate they buy and refuse to sell in the first sign of trouble. And even in the businesses they continue to build long before they're profitable. And here's the beautiful thing about this habit. It costs you nothing. The habit for you to copy is to write down a 3, 5, and 10-year financial goals today. Post them somewhere you'll see frequently. Then filter every single financial decision through one question. Does this serve my 10-year self? That question alone will save you from more financial mistakes than any spreadsheet ever could. All right, let's bring it home now. 10 habits. Let's run them back fast and screenshot this video for your own reference. Number 1, pay yourself first. Automate it. Number 2, live below your means. Don't let lifestyle inflation steal your future. Number 3, track your net worth, not your income. Number 4, invest early, often, and consistently. Number 5, build multiple income streams. Number 6, be relentless consistently, not occasionally brilliant. Number 7, understand taxes and use the code strategically. Number 8, protect your wealth as hard as you build it. Number 9, invest in your earnings power first. And number 10, think long term when everyone else is reacting. None of these are secrets. None of them require a trust fund or a lucky break. They just require you to decide right now that you're going to start building like a millionaire, even if you're not one yet. All right, thanks for watching to the end of this video. And again, if you found this video valuable, do me a favor and subscribe and like this video. It costs you nothing, but it genuinely helps people find this content. And in return, I built a personal finance tracker for all my viewers, and I provide it for free at www.stickmenmoney.com. Just go there and sign up for the newsletter, and the tracker will get sent directly to your inbox. I provided a link to it in the description below. And drop a comment. Do you have any other millionaire habits to share for others? If you want to keep watching, here's a video on 12 signs you're financially ahead, and another video on the median net worth, age by age. I'll see you in the next one.